Romance is a key element when it comes to making a great movie, and it doesn't just apply to its own genre. Romance can be found in action, comedy, science fiction, fantasy, and even horror films, bringing the viewer on an emotional ride, making the stakes higher and the payoff even greater. It is the connection between the two characters, the passion and the desire, that make us root for their happy ending. That's why it is so important for the two actors who portray them to have great chemistry, because no matter how good an actor is, there's no way they could convince an entire audience that their love is real, when on the inside, they're seething with rage. Could they? Here are 8 movie couples who hated working with each other. Don't forget to like and comment, and also, make sure you press the subscribe button for more awesome videos. 8. Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes. The movie exploded into popular culture that made the adolescents feel sophisticated and well versed into historical literature. Romeo plus Juliet, created for the burgeoning MTV generation, had confused teens, quoting the famous play fairly accurately, while at the same time leaving them erroneously believing that Boccaccio was Romeo's acid-dropping, cross-dressing drug dealer. Playing the teenage star-crossed lovers for 16-year-old Claire Danes and 22-year-old Leonardo DiCaprio. They say that girls mature faster than boys, and in this case, it appears to be true. Danes described DiCaprio's constant pranks around the set as very immature. He, on the other hand, thought her to be too reserved and uptight. 7. Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey. The film Dirty Dancing had it all. Iconic choreography, a timeless soundtrack, a catchy dialogue. But after the original cut tested poorly, it looked like the movie might go straight to video. This may be due in large to lead actors Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey's chemistry needing a little makeover from the editing room. Swayze and Grey previously worked together in the film Red Dawn and learned right off the bat that they didn't get along. So when Grey saw Swayze roll in with a group of other potential candidates to test for Dirty Dancing, she was less than ecstatic. Swayze wasn't exactly elated to work with Grey again either. He felt that she was overly emotional, crying frequently when she was criticized. Other times she acted too silly, resulting in them having to shot multiple takes of scenes. But fortunately for the fans, the two seemed to have patched things up before Swayze's death in 2009, and he even commended her for her. 6. Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon. Here's what we need to get back in the spirit of love. A modern Christmas classic starring a rather impressive number of A-list celebrities. 4 Christmases is a romantic comedy about a couple trying to visit each other with their 4 parents for their respective holiday get-togethers, and topping the bill are the individually likable Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon. The trouble with this couple was the apparent discrepancy in how each other prepared themselves for the movie. Witherspoon liked to practice the scene a few times before filming. Vaughn, on the other hand, preferred just to go for it. Seemingly not a huge deal, but for these veteran actors, tensions rose as they couldn't find a middle ground. Both of them dispelled the rumors that they didn't get along, but neither of them went to any great lengths to promote the movie together before or after it was released. Maybe they didn't hate each other, but they didn't care to be around one another either. 5. Pierce Brosnan and Terry Hatcher. Terry Hatcher has developed a reputation as being difficult by some of her former co-workers, and things were apparently no different on the set of 1997's James Bond flick, Tomorrow Never Dies. Pierce Brosnan, the Bond of the late 90s, said that while filming, Hatcher constantly kept him waiting on the set for hours. She also slapped him a little too hard once during a scene. Brosnan's reaction was pretty much what you expect from a proper English gentleman such as himself. In 2005, he told the Daily Mirror, "I must admit I let slip a few words which weren't very nice." It sounds like he wasn't too hard on Hatcher, and it's probably for the best, because shortly after, he discovered that she was actually pregnant, and the resulting nausea was the reason for her tardiness and irritability. 4. Harrison Ford and Sean Young. Sean Young seems to be the most difficult actress to work with on our list. When she filmed Blade Runner with Harrison Ford in 1982, she already had a reputation, and it didn't stop there. Ford's love scene with Young was referred to by the crew as the hate scene because it was no secret how they felt about one another. Their feelings aside, many of the production aspects may have helped turn the unpleasant experience into a downright horrible one. They had long hours of shooting in the rain, and often had to shoot multiple takes due to director Ridley Scott's extreme attention to detail. But even today, Young seems to be the same woman she was 35 years ago. In a 2015 interview published by The Guardian, Young agreed to do a simple interview via email. After receiving the questions and answering some to various degrees, she quickly changed her mind, including her communication with the interview with the response, "Please don't write this shit about me, okay." 3. Tony Curtis and Marilyn Monroe. Some like it hot, some don't. The latter was the case for Jamie Lee Curtis' father, Tony Curtis, and his co-star Marilyn Monroe. How much did Curtis dislike the heat he had to find with Hollywood's most famous blonde? Apparently, he once said that kissing her was like kissing Hitler. Sure, the odd comment could have meant she had a tiny mustache that tickled his lip when they kissed. but more likely it stemmed from their apparent affair at the time of filming that resulted in an unsuccessful pregnancy. Nothing like throwing your wife off the track by telling the world her misuse kisses like Hitler. In addition to whatever romantic drama was or wasn't happening behind the scenes, Monroe frustrated the other actors with her inability to remember her lines. By this time in her life, she was already largely addicted to pills, which made her unfocused and sad. Sometimes, even a simple line such as "It's me, sugar" took upwards of 40 takes to get it right. It got so bad that eventually, Curtis and co-star Jack Lemmon began betting on the number of takes she would need to complete the scene. 2. Johnny Depp and Angelina Jolie. The next movie on our list is The Tourist, but it's not the movie itself that deems this example of fraudulent romance worthy of mentioning. It's the people involved, because the two stars of The Tourist are some of the hottest actors of the last 2 decades, Johnny Depp and Angelina Jolie. Depp apparently thought that Jolie was full of herself, while she in turn was disappointed that he didn't get himself in better shape for the role. This is one case where the acting couldn't save the project. To the surprise of the producer, who assured that their chemistry was on point, the movie bombed. But even after all that, the superstar stated that they didn't indeed like each other. Depp even reiterated the sentiment as recently as 2016 in an interview with People magazine. "I guess any hard feelings from this Venice set flick is now just water under the gondola." 1. Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams. Alright man, you're on the couch with your lady. You've got the Netflix. All you're missing is the chill. You're wondering how to make her move, how to get her in the mood. Then you see it. The 2 words that will make any girl want to chill your brains out. The Notebook. Regarded as one of the best romantic films of all times, this tale of undying love could have been easily derailed by the complete disdain actors Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams felt for each other. According to the director, the co-stars were constantly at each other's throats, often screaming at each other while the cameras weren't rolling. Gosling even requested that a stand-in actress read McAdams' lines for her while they filmed his reactions. He didn't get his wish, however, and had to tough it out. Their acting was so good that they even convinced themselves. Gosling and McAdams began a 3-year relationship shortly after filming, which helped skyrocket them into superstardom. Thanks everyone for watching. If you like this video, press the subscribe button for more awesome videos. And for more information, follow us on Facebook and Instagram.